on the Emoji wall. We'll see how well Vote can navigate that wall as Game 1 of the Phase 2 playoffs about to kick off. And we got J-Mac and Mifflin to bring you the debut.
Thank you so much to the desk. J-Mac and Mifflin here, joined by Doug for our first game of the Phase 2 playoffs. And what better way to kick it off than the Atlantis?
Healed up with that a little bit of additional lifesteal. Outside of that, I mean, my man's working with fumes right now.
Neilma trying to push forward towards Zab and trying to push him out. The Harpy won't be stolen away, but now it might be Neil in danger as Panatom is rotated in. Blink in with the dodgy. Goes for the 1,000, cuts the stun from Wrong U is good. Neil is getting low, used the sprint. Zapman needs one more base guard, maybe an ult from Panatom to bring it back in. Palau grabs one, grabs two, and the third does the damage. First blood goes to the Leviathans.
Panatom works his way forward, and now Vote finds himself isolated.
Vote stuck in the midst of it all, and he will fall down. Wrong U getting credit for a kill, and that's a
all gonna have to play very close range with the suns raining down on him. Won't be easy.
Blue buff, the target of aggression for the Warriors as they'll be spotted out. Hardcore gets some backup from Wrong U and Panatom, and Panatom brings the pain towards Nika, takes him down to about half health, goes in with the Trickster Spirit, Riptide misses, and Nika runs the wrong way, and Ultimate will not save his life. Hardcore gets credit for the kill. Now Cubo Fred caught out in the midst. He has to leap his way as well, going back towards that tier 1, and Neil almost gets soloed by Shinto in the mid lane.
Shinto putting out, if he wants to hold off on using his heal, is going to lose out on a lot of his damage inside of his ability rotation as well, so any onk that I see from the Warriors is good.
Waves come out looking for anybody. Neil is the only one who's in the midst of it. Vote's falling low, and Zap finds him with the damage from the Ricochet. Neil, with the transformation, saves his life, but losing out on Vote's going to be a big detriment for them.
No response. The Leviathans on the map. Clean objective for the Leviathans puts them even further in the lead.
Zapman, not sure if he knows that Neil is still sitting around in the jungle waiting for an opportunity to gank. He'll going to take a long leap around, and Vote going with the rocket may have just given it away. Zapman drops the Suns, but he's in the midst of 3, and that will be the first response from the Warriors finally getting themselves on the board.
Zapman just doesn't think that Neilma's going to
need a little bit of additional help to get that farm, but Shinto, he's feeling comfortable. He has that Doom Orb, now a Mantle of Discord as a second item. Not often you see a second item defense even coming out of hell. Vote and Neil are in a little bit of danger. Neil goes into the Dragon form. Vote doesn't have that same luxury. He's Wrong U, hits him with the bubble to take him down.
Neilma now going to take a little bit more damage inside of his tower, and would have preferred to have taken 5 minutes ago. The Leviathans have taken the path of least resistance to a massive lead.
Hardcore will get the root against Nika. Panatom blinks in, goes for the 1,000 cuts, but is knock-up immune during it. Nika's not going to get anybody with the pull, and instead he'll lose out on his life as 3 dives the tower to take out the solo laner.
When you've got an Artio, that is the most fun lane to gank as a jungler, because Artio's going to make sure that whoever's there stays there. Stuns, roots, cripples, she's got every form of CC you need to set up for these kills, and she's also got the ability to sustain you inside of these fights. Panatom still going in.
Looking for Neil, now turning their sights towards Cuvo. He has to leap away. Panatom still going in, has the Palau still available, and with the River's Rebuke, that's going to zone everybody in the midst. Will only pull Cuvo Fred in. The stun is good. Hardcore gets him with the Bear Claw, and Neil just now getting his transformation, going to try and fight back.
Vote has used his ultimate to close the gap, and Yarkor is caught in no man's land.
Wrong U also on the run, but Hardcore not going to manage to get out just yet. Cancels his dash just a little too early. Vote able to pick him up and turn it around, and maybe even Panatom falls as Dardes is trying to chase him out.
Maybe a little bit too much confidence from the Leviathans here, stepping into the tier 2 tower of the Oni Warriors so early on, but
now there's no tier 1 towers left standing.
Great strategic play from the Leviathans to keep that fight going as Yarkor tries to keep it going now instead for a red buff. Oni Warriors, what's the defense look like so far? Scattered.
Successful in stealing it away and maybe looking towards Neil Ma. Teleport in from Panatom, looking for the support. The stun will be good enough to get the Dragon form out, but as soon as he lands down, it's nothing but doom for him. Panatom picks him up. Nika forced to run away as Zapman and Hardcore catch him inside the sun.
That's an easy kill for Zapman, but it's not the end of the fight. Panatom up in the air.
Palau gets the beats from one, but Dardes didn't have his available. It's a double kill for Zapman off a fantastic ultimate from Panatom under that tier 2.
The Leviathans are starting to run away with it now, J-Mac. This gold lead is compounding moment on moment. It only gets further out of control. The Oni Warriors there initially had grouping to defend that tier 1 tower, and the Leviathans waited patiently for their opportunity. The second that the Oni Warriors showed weakness, they went into the tower, they took the fight, they invaded the red buff, and they took another fight, won that one as well, and what's the spoil of war? Fire Giant.
Big objective for them, just shy of the 20-minute mark, already grabbing Fire Giant, nearly closing up at
The
10,000.
Warriors have to all in engage if they want to stop this push. Otherwise, this Phoenix is going to keep getting peppered with damage. Luckily, the Draugr should help out slightly.
Nika, the front line here with Neil, but Neil's only level 13 compared to the rest of them. Nika loses over half his health in an instant. Neil jumps in, and Neil's gonna have to walk away. Phoenix is still under siege. Zapman peppering autos into it, already drafted under half. Hanatom has to use the Trickster Spirit just to get away.
Ankh is used, and nobody's dead yet from the Leviathans. Neilma, the Dragon Stance, removed from the map.
As soon as he falls down from that transformation, he is gone. Zapman, however, is in danger.
Good
Kubo
Aegis.
chasing him down. The Aegis buys him a little bit of time and enough healing coming from his team. Panatom picks up the second kill of the fight, and a double stun out of Hardcore finds Dardes and Vote. Vote able to get away for only a short while for Dardes. He falls down. Double for Panatom and the left side Phoenix.
Nika and Vote, the only members still standing, and maybe not long enough for me to finish the sentence. It's all up to Vote now, 1 versus 5 to defend the Titan.
He's got no ultimate. It looks like it may just be game number 1 going the way of the Leviathans. They may go for one last little cheeky kill if they can to get the unofficial deicide with it, and they will do so. Game 1 going to be going to the Leviathans.
Wouldn't be a Leviathans game if they ended it without at least finding one BM kill inside of the enemy base, but this guy's a little bit too tanky. Neilma should be able to survive, but the Titan, that can't be said of it.
No, Titan's not going to get any kind of healing benefits that you may have from any other god. That
Kuzenbo might feel a bit better in this solo lane as opposed to having to worry about constantly being controlled by the Ares cripple chains in the support role.
Well, let's see where this Kuzenbo ends up going, and let's see if the Warriors can bounce back after a tough game 1. They got 5 games to do it. Let's see if game 2 is the answer. J-Mac and Mifflin have the cast.
Well, hopefully we can find out that answer here in game number 2 as we hop right in, and it will be Neil taking the Kuzenbo as support, not the soloing Kuzenbo that they were alluding to towards the desk. It's J-Mac and Mifflin with Doug one more time here for game number 2. Looking through it, we do see the Vamp Shroud one more time coming out of the Artio. That's been more of the standard, and as Bobby highlighted, it feels like you just can't do anything to an Artio when she has that item.
It's so hard to deal with her inside of the early game, the mid game, and by late game, she's a bona fide tank. So if anyone wants to look at Nika, it's going to have to be pretty early on. I kind of want to make fun of Bobby a little bit just because Neilma is the Kuzenbo guy. Like, that's kind of his thing. That is a huge loss of survivability. And we see now what the kill pressure is like for the Leviathans. If Rongyu lands chains and Heartbum follows it up, you're probably just dead now if you're Vote. I don't care if you're at 100% HP or 80%. It does not matter.
Blink from Neil, pushing Rongyu into the wave. Half of health on the Ares and no way to walk away. It's just going to be too many basics peppering into him, and Vote will take first blood.
Zapman on the retreat just has to watch his support fall down here, and Kubo slower build and a level behind is going to have a harder time getting involved. And look at the other side. Oni Warriors keeping the invades up.
Kubo caught out. 3 were waiting for him at that blue buff. He's got enough movement speed to get away. Winter Shamash gets the beads from Kubo. Rongyu goes in with the ultimate. No CC immunity left. He gets yanked right back in and punched against the wall. Panatom picks him up.
That's a great ultimate from Rongyu. That's the only thing that gets them the kill there. I mean, if anyone else, if it were any other support rather, I don't think that happens. With a no escape, lives up to
a
its
few
name.
thousand gold. Now they're up about 1,200 gold over the Leviathans this time around, and it's only 1-1 on the kill board. The Oni Warriors are going to try for an early Gold Fury. The Oracle Heartbeats have been acquired for the Leviathans, so Zapman knows this is going on. He'll drop the Fields of Love. Neil has to use the Watery Grave. The Oni Warriors get the Gold Fury, but are they going to lose Neil in the process? It looks like so.
Vote jumping in. Actually wants to keep chasing that kill. Shinto with a Dragonflight knocks him away, but only for a second.
Double for him. Panatom will at least return fire and make it a 2 for 2, but Vote just decides to dive right in and pick up 3 kills for himself so far there this early game.
That item. Zap's legitimately very far behind. Once that crit is finished from Vote, I don't think Zap has any opportunity to take a fight.
Last game, Shinto had such a monumental lead in that mid lane, but we'll hold that thought as Neil gets caught in the middle of everybody. Chains come out from Rongyu, but Neil is able to get away just far enough so the chains don't deal too much damage. Kubo Fred jumps in with the ultimate, only finds Panatom with it. Rongyu with the flames will make sure to push Kubo Fred away, but Shinto goes in the ultimate looking for some damage, but he finds Vote around the corner.
And you don't want to lock eyes with Vote because he does damage. Puts Shinto down very quickly, and where's Zapman? He's letting his team know, hey, Vote's not here. The Oni Warriors to go for the Oni Fury.
Vision control for it. Zapman is here because they saw him walk over a few wards, but Zapman's being zoned away by Nika. Going in with the ultimate is Rongyu, looking to pull in. It's only going to grab Vote. Zapman low in the back, trying to run away from Nika, but our core finds Neil in the back.
Nika now chasing out Rongyu all on his own as Cuvo Fred isolates Yarkor.
Cuvo gets feared by the Sigil, and Shinto puts him down with the ultimate. Panatom leaping in. We'll find Vote in the midst of the wind to Shamas. Drop kicked him against the wall, and we'll take him down thanks to the help of Shinto. Now Nika stuck in the middle of 3, looking for a kill of his own for Zatman, and Hardcore finds Dardes all by himself.
This was the most expensive
way.
Gold Fury, but Nika makes it a little bit better, finds himself another kill at the tail end, but Shinto, credit for the triple, 3-piece for the mid laner on the Leviathans, and how does
the
that
shutdown bonus against Vote, plus 2 more kills on top of it, put him from even with Dardes, now 2 levels up over him. Rongyu goes in for the Blink Ultimate's got to pull Vote inside the cripple field as well, and Vote has nowhere to go. The chains hold him in place. Rongyu takes him down. Nika rotates over, gets away from the dropkick from Panatom with the dash and able to take him down.
Keep your eyes on Shinto. He's on the rotation in. As is Dardes and Cuvo Fred. Neil Ma drop low.
Zapman falling low as well, and with the ultimate in from Cuvo, Fred will cut off the gap. Nika picks up a double kill and maybe looking for more as Rongyu is low, stunned out by the tether, and Dardes grabs him with the unruly magic.
The Leviathans had a clear plan there. All right, look, there's no way that Vote survives the ultimate from Ares. His beads are down. It's an easy pick. We disengage after that. But the Oni Warriors were ready on the rotation and immediately punish out the Leviathans for it, getting back a good deal of that XP lead for themselves. And 3 members of the Leviathans still on the grayscale screen. We'll see where the Oni Warriors go to push that lead.
The Oni Warriors, the Leviathans, are in pursuit to make their way towards the objective. It's already down to half health. Hardcore will blink in, and immediately Neil will push him back towards the edge of the Fire Giant pit, and finally will be a disengage, but Cuvo is one caught in the midst of it. The Dragonflight comes through for some damage. Cuvo can't find his way out of the cage, and Rongyu picks him up.
Cuvo Fred just way too far forward inside of that engagement. The Leviathans may not be getting the better end of all the objective to force an engagement on.
They're trying for it. Down to half health already is the Fury. Oni Warriors trying to make a response. Neil will go into the back line and blink with the Watery Grave, looking for Zapman. Rongyu misses the chain, and the cage drops down from Hardcore. Neil Ma's the one caught, not even inside the cage, it's on the outside of the cage, but so much damage coming back from Dardes. One already down. Rongyu looking to pull people in, but the beads are going to be good enough, and Rongyu falling low. Zapman finds Cuvo Fred all by himself, and Vote is trying to box out against Hardcore.
Nika chasing out Rongyu, switches targets in the last second to Zapman and gets neither. Shinto in the back takes out Dardes, and it's Vote trying to return the favor.
Has to use the beats to get away from the fear. Vote not going to get the damage. The Aegis is good, but Nika all the while is still in this 3v1 match. Finally, somebody's going to take him down. Hardcore gets the credit for the damage, and that's a 4.
Both down. It's all up to Lord of the Afterlife and Dark Portal, and that's not enough AoE.
And Tom with the blink drop kick against Dardes, who's able to get out thanks to his own leap. The Phoenix doesn't have that same benefit. It does go down. Dardes not looking too hot here as he falls down. Zapman and Shinto picking up the 3rd kills through the match, making a double kill for Zapman as Cuvo falls, and it's just one lone Vote to defend against the Leviathans. Game number 2 looks like it's going the way of the Leviathans.
Vote does fall. Credit to the kill goes to Yarkor, and the Titan will be joining him on the journey to the Shadow Realm very shortly. This was a game that started off a little bit rough here. The Oni Warriors had a lot
of their better drafted games, but you're looking for winning lanes. It's only the duo lane here for the Warriors.
Exactly.
Right? So they have got to find success over in that duo lane. They did in game number 2. It's certainly not impossible, but Vote and Neil are going to have to run that back. And let's see what Dardes can do on the Opwash, man. I mean, theoretically, ping shouldn't matter, right? You just press forward.
Why? Yeah.
You get the whole lane covered. We'll see what happens. Opwash here at the Phase 2 playoffs. What year is it? Let's throw it over to J-Mac and Mifflin for the cast.
Backs against the wall for game number 3. They lose this one. They're out of it. And what do the Oni Warriors draft for a mid lane pick, Mifflin? And Opwash out of left field.
and it's a stun, and nobody is going to be able to avoid it because Rongyu can't be choosy.
But this is the downside of the Opwash early, is one quick gank is all that spells doom for him. Panatom and Shinto team up and take down Dardes for an early so if you're writing the script then. Do Leviathans go the 3-0, or is this the comeback for the Warriors?
You know, you're going to have to watch and find out.
Dardes, he's going to be watching a lot of damage go his way. He's able to make it out for the time being, but Shinto transforms in and leaps under that tier 1 tower, able to pick up a 2nd kill for the Leviathans, the first one for him. And Dardes struggling, hasn't even hit that level 5 mark just yet.
So I was wrong. It's a Jing Shen transformation early on that allows him to dive a little bit. Your jungler had to have gone towards it in that first slot, so you got to expect great things from it. And as of right now, without that ultimate available, might be a little bit until we see him live up to that greatness.
Neil spotted out in the jungle, pin from Panatom, holds him in the stun. Afterwards, Neil Maul falling low, down to half health, a taunt back in with the 9 turns blessing. Neil Maul gets ripped back by the Riptide, gets a revive all for himself, but immediately falls to the clutches of Zapman, who's rotated over. Cuvo and Dardes are here. Big Dark Portal from Vote, hits 4, but not going to get any further follow-up.
We got to see what Dardes was looking to do inside of this one. He is going for stuns on tower line. He's acting as a solo agent 9 minutes into this game. There's not much that Shinto can't do. Does not connect the stun onto Cuvo Fred. Would have changed that fight, but maybe not needed.
Cuvo Fred gets caught by the stun and shot down immediately. Empty. The Crips comes out of Dardes, but to no avail. His jungler is already gone. They might be able to pick up Panatom here as Nika's rotated over, and Dardes gets credit for the kill off the damage from Fleeting Breath.
Panatom caught slipping in mid. Nice engagement. Blink in into the washing machine from Nika. Puts him inside of the tower and finishes off the kill. Purple buff invade attempt here from Zap.
Vote going to use the Dark Portal, but the Bifrost is there from Zapman to get out, so Vote will secure his purple buff, and Rongyu and Dardes having a little skirmish here by the mid lane. Dardes gets trembled away by the waves, gets stunned out, and a revive comes out from Neil to try and help him out, but the Riptide out of Rongyu pulls Dardes right back into the fray, and Shinto chops him down.
That's got to feel so bad for Neil. Does get the miraculous ultimate to save his life, and then
of course doing a lot of damage back to Neil.
He really is, and has created so much space, effectively zoning 4, but the Gold Fury is burning very slow. Cuvo Fred has vision.
Back up for it. Nika doesn't have Volt, and Cuvo Fred has his, has to use it to get away. The stun comes out, only finds Neil now caught inside the River's Rebuke. Hardcore is going to zone them away as Neil is falling low, has to use the Scare's Blessing on himself.
Blinks out.
Manages to make it out, gets the taunt as well from his ultimate just to get some extra healing, and Shinto finds Dardes. Now it's Vote versus Shinto. And Shinto gets the D-Transform, Hardcore finds Nika, and it's a 3-0 trade.
Panatom lives with like 10 HP as Nika tries to chase him throughout that engagement, and because Nika is spending so much time chasing the jungler, he's not helping his team. He's not peeling for Dardes, he's not peeling for Neilma, he's not creating space for 5 members with Fire Giant healing coming from Rongyu, and again, where is Vote? He's on the left-hand side.
Trying to get some split push action for it, but Cuvo Fred is caught out with no ultimate, no beads available. He gets taken down by Shinto. 5 members of Leviathans now pushing up the mid lane, and all the while Vote finally makes his way back, but he didn't even take that tier 2 tower. He had to come back almost instantly.
Yeah, it's all because Cuvo Fred finds himself picked out there. Nice stun.
Double stun out of Hardcore. Phoenix is not even the option for them just yet. They're looking at Neil and Dardes. River's Rebuke finds 3 in the midst of it. Panatom looking for Neil Maul, gets plucked back. Hardcore taking quite a bit of damage from the Empty the Crypts, but the mid lane Phoenix is the primary target. They manage to take it down, and Panatom just squeaks by.
How does Panatom walk away from that one? Uses his mobility ability into 4 members. Only got 30 seconds left on that Fire Giant.
Panatom teetering back and forth between. He'll join Shinto towards the mid lane and make a pincer maneuver. Gets a double taunt onto just Cuvo and Nika and puts him well under half health. Shinto goes to the transform, gets the pin, gets the beads away from Nika, but the rest of the team under danger under the mid lane. Phoenix Neil has to ult just himself and gets away from the stun. And a Dark Portal puts so much damage back against Rongyu. Nika turns around and picks up the first kill of the fight, taking down Rongyu.
And now Nika might be able to isolate Panatom, Dardes, Cuvo, both in range. Cuvo ults in aggressive.
Looks for somebody, but doesn't get anyone with the ultimate. Instead, now he's being zoned away by Hardcore, stunned out and bursted by Shinto. He'll pop him. Neil now has no ultimate and no safety left as he has to use his own route just to try and zone everybody else away. Nika low, Zapman almost gets taken out, has to use the Aegis because he thought the corpse explosion was coming back. But Nika able to find a second one to keep it an even 2 for 2. Cuvo in the process of it.
And this right side, Phoenix's days are numbered. It is very low, and just Neilma trying to create some space.
See, all 3 Phoenixes down, and now it's just the 5v5 for
nice
them.
Stun.
Dardes gets stunned out by Shinto, taunted back in off the transformation, and immediately walks away. Zapman picks up Neil. Panatom grabs Cuvo, and it's now 3 versus 5 at the throne.
Unbridled aggression here from the Leviathans. They are knocking on the door of the Titan.
Dardes tries to get Shinto, but a quick Aegis will make sure he doesn't fall down to the corpse explosion. Instead, the Leviathans are backing up to sustain. Shinto very low in health, but the Titan is completely exposed.
Panatom finds Vote in the back line, but that's not enough.
The Titan is now under fire again. The Leviathans backing out and walking right back in. Under half health and no further response from the Warriors. Titan falling low, and Hardcore picks up one in the process of it, but everybody is still falling low, and the Titan will go down. Leviathans with a clean 3-0 to end our first set.
Not a single win here.